There's just so much. Sunday night football. We do the show early in the morning, and I don't know if I've told you this, Tom, but when I walk down to the basement right before the show starts, on our cat landing, we've got the cat boxes. And as weird as this may sound, the whiff of fresh cat poop I get right before I start this show, it's like those smelling salts they give players, steroids. It really just gets me juiced up for the show.
Oh, baby. Listen, 12 hours ago, we were live. And now we live again, ladies and gentlemen, for another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. Down summer.
I've seen Tom more in the last 12 hours than my own wife.
That is accurate. And just came down for that stream, too. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another edition of the Grossi Perna Show, otherwise known as GP. I'm Grossi Brandon Perna. We here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Kitty goes ow. Well, one kitty went ow yesterday. But one kitty, a certain blue kitty, went roar. Woo. Listen, for Michigan sports this weekend, pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. You know what's not good? NFL football for me this weekend, Tom. Stupid performance by my Broncos. Just chaos in general across the NFL. Ravens losing. We've got a lot of games to recap. I'm all about it. I'm excited to talk about football today. Gardner Minshew is back. The throws. I mean, he doesn't have the mullet, but I think he always has the mullet in our hearts.
It's eternal. Yeah.
We'll take a look, see how good he really was. Just so much football to break down. And I had a great time calling the game with you, even though it turned out to be horrible. I think I figured out what's wrong with Teddy. So we can talk about what's wrong with Teddy Bridgewater today. You know, your Packers didn't play, so maybe I'll spend a little extra time divulging in my own misery about the Broncos. Guillermo, thanks for showing up, buddy.
I didn't want to bring this up, but now this is the second time that you have. Oh, there you go, Sam. Got that money because Tom Grossi, otherwise known as Nostradamus.
Ooh.
You know what, Brant? Do you mind if I take the floor for a moment? You mind if I take the floor? It's a long time coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I put together a little compilation video yesterday because I was like, I couldn't find the exact time when I first said it on GPS or my channel when it was, but it's been a while. It's been a long, long time that I have said that the Minnesota Vikings were going to lose, not only lose to the Lions, but it would be the Lions' first win of the season. And I booted up my computer and I was having technical difficulties in the right before I was going to go live, all of my screens went blank and like the GPU shut down. And I was like, whoa. Oh no. But then I started the stream and the people, they were trickling in and they were going, Tom, why are you streaming this game? Why would you it's the Vikings-Lions. I was on a delay because I was watching on Sunday Ticket. And I was like, You know what? Listen, I've said it. I got a feeling, and I'm going to stream this game. And the Lions, they get out to their lead, and it's great. But then what happens? The purple incarnations of Satan, they start crawling their way back from the ninth circle of hell. They start clawing their way back up with their massive satanic wings. And all of a sudden, it's the fourth quarter. Yeah, it's just fire and ice, brimstone falling down. Kirk Cousins, he's in a plexiglass container, but it can't contain his fury. And Kirk Cousins played well. And then, with 4 seconds left, on fourth down, the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff, who made plenty of mistakes, Amon-Ra St. Brown, his first NFL touchdown, brother of Packers wide receiver Equanimous St. Brown, catches the game winner. And for the first time in 364 days, the Detroit Lions win a football game. And ladies and gentlemen, pick up the phone because I effing called it.
Ooh.
I called him. People are asking, Tom, how you feeling this morning? You hungover? No, I'm a professional. I had the spins and ate a lot of food and drank a lot of water and passed out on my couch until 3 a.m. like a professional. And now I'm ready to go. So I'm ready to go. The Lions, if the Lions could win a damn football game, Tom Grossi could do GPS. That's it, baby. That's it.
No hangover will stop this, man.
No.
Just like nothing should stop you from using DraftKings Sportsbook when doing all of your sports betting.
Boom.
I hope the man you made money, Tom, by betting on the Lions used DraftKings and used our code GPS and our link in the description to get to DraftKings. Because right now, DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new players a deposit bonus of up to $1,000 with their first deposit when you use code GPS. Also, DraftKings, official sports betting partner of the NFL, and you can be a winner this week. Once a single point scored, new customers who bet just $1 on any team to score can win $100 in free bets. It's that simple. I'm going to be honest. I didn't do my parlay this weekend because I just felt like something was askew, was off in the NFL. And I'm glad because I want to keep my streak alive. I want to keep my parlay streak alive. I need to feel the overs and unders in my heart. That's how I bet. And I do it at DraftKings. DraftKings supporting GPS. If you don't have legal sports betting in your neighborhood, in your state, you can check out the DraftKings Fantasy app because they got millions of prizes to give away there every week. Code GPS. That's all you got to remember. Link in the description. DraftKings Sportsbook.
That's it.
America.
Oh, and it's Giannis' birthday.
Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Yes.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That one. Yes.
I feel like people who just say Giannis or call him the Greek freak are cowards because they don't want to try and pronounce his last name.
Antetokounmpo. No, he's not French. He's not French.
Not the French freak.
All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about all the things in the NFL, buddy. First of all,
every single one of them.
Let's talk about that Lions game because the Minnesota Vikings had a lot of people out, right? There are a lot of injuries. Dalvin Cook wasn't playing. Eric Kendricks wasn't playing. I'm pretty sure Anthony Barr wasn't playing. There are a lot of people who were out. Adam Thielen getting hurt early in the game. He's out.
That really hurt him.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I think what I saw, what was it? A sprain? I think it wasn't something like very serious, which is good because you don't want Adam Thielen to be hurt. He's a great football player. I don't want that. And the Lions, not only are the Lions, and you'd be like, oh, they don't have all that injuries. They didn't have DeAndre Swift. And the thing that people don't realize, they also have Jared Goff at quarterback, which is basically like having a significant injury. So
yeah, but they're also without their center, Frank Ragnow.
Frank Ragnow's out.
Part of that line.
Yep.
Who knows if Jeff Okudah could have been good at corner? Back-to-back IRs for a rookie. You spend a first-round pick on him. maybe that helps. So the Lions dealing with injuries as well. But continue. I forgot Ragnow's not in there, and that's a big part of the line.
That's a big part, absolutely. And so all these things are against him, and now we're in a position where, true story. You ready for this, Brandon Perna? You're not ready for this. You're ready for this.
Never ready.
If the Minnesota Vikings lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday, and the Green Bay Packers win against the Chicago Bears on Sunday Night Football, we already clinched the division.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must feel nice.
By week 14, we have an opportunity to clinch the division. And I said this before. The Vikings fans were crawling out of the 9th layer of hell, and they're like, we won our Super Bowl. They did that 2 weeks ago by beating the Green Bay Packers. And what has happened since, you little demonic rats? What has happened? Your QB lines up under a guard, and you lose the game. Oh, and you lost to the fracking Lions. Favorite sports memory of 2021? Yesterday. It was yesterday. It has nothing even to do with the Green Bay Packers. It was yesterday. That's what it was.
I'll serve to you on a silver platter, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Nice job, Aspen.
Thought I put my shirt on backwards, but I didn't. Yeah. But this is pretty bad for the Vikings. I mean, the thing is, too, like, they have a good shot at still making the playoffs because, like, that's, I think, the saddest thing out of all of this is because the NFL playoff, like, if you look at the NFC, which is very, very top heavy, like, even after all the games that were played yesterday, they are still in the hunt at 5-7 because the 49ers lost, and the number 6 and 7 seed are both 6-6.
Yep.
So
sounds like the AFC.
Dude.
Sounds like the AFC.
AFC is just wild. But it is insane. Insane. Because the Eagles are 6-7, and now the Eagles are going to go to the Super Bowl. And I kind of can't even be mad. Lions could still make the playoffs theoretically with 1 win and 10 losses.
Yeah.
Because they got that tie. I mean, it's going to be a crap fest to fill those last 2 seeds. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, it is the Wild West, but in the North and the East and the South moving forward for the NFL. Sorry, I watched a couple Westerns this weekend, just feeling it. Here's something kind of gone unnoticed in the Lions win. All right. 3 of their highest rated players from this game, all offensive linemen. Jonah Jackson, Vaitai, and Penei Sewell. So, if the Lions, say, find themselves the answer at QB, I think they've got some of the foundational pieces there to protect a young quarterback, to run the football. And it's 1 win after 10 losses. So don't get too excited, Lions fans. But maybe Detroit isn't quite as bad as the record suggests. They lost 3 games this season on walk-off field goals.
Yep.
So a lot of heartbreak.
And one was a record setter by Justin Tucker.
One was a 66-yarder. So there's some stuff there. I feel
like we've said that too, like throughout this season. Like you put them up against like a Jaguars team or a Jets team. I think that they have a really, like even a Texans team, like they have a chance to win. The Texans, good God, getting shut out yesterday. They had to bench Tyrod, right? It's Tyrod.
Well, somebody said that Tyrod, like 2 weeks ago, said it's Tyrod now.
Oh, now it's Tyrod? Okay. I want to be respectful. So Tyrod Taylor got benched because he sucked yesterday. I want to be respectful and get his name right. Yeah, so the Lions are definitely better. Like, I don't think they're a good football team, but I have to say their celebration was one of the most wholesome things. Like, they were celebrating in that locker room, like I told you, like when I was playing football in middle school and we didn't win a single game, but we got our first touchdown of the season in the very last game. and we went nuts at a pizza party. I didn't because I couldn't eat the pizza, but everyone else was having a great time while I cried in the corner. So I think like that's what you saw. Like you saw the Ford in there. You saw the Chevy in there. Like everyone was just having a good time. Everyone was having a good time. So
it was a party. Rightfully so. They deserve to celebrate. I think the players like Dan Campbell.
I think they do too.
It would have been really hard to keep Dan Campbell if he didn't win a single game. And maybe the Lions string together a couple wins late in the season.
No.
Screw up their opportunity to have the pick of a QB of their choosing. Or maybe Aaron Rodgers goes to the Lions to prove a point. I don't know.
I don't think they go with QB.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Nope.
They're going to roll with Jared Goff?
Because of the contract. Like, he's going to be... Dude, he's there for a bit. Like, they're stuck with him. So, I would not be surprised because the QB class is weak. I would not be surprised if either one, they trade for a veteran guy again, but I don't think they would do that. I think they get pass rusher because their pass rush is terrible. It's terrible.
Well, yeah, maybe there's that really good pass rusher coming out. I forget his name because I don't watch college football. So maybe you're right. So, yeah, I guess they got to hold on to Goff for one more year before they have this out. Okay.
I mean, because you look right now at his contract and just kind of like the way, because the capital they gave up for him.
If they cut him, it'd be $30 million in dead cap space next year.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
But I mean, you can keep him on the roster and still draft your QB.
But that's the thing. Do you even like any QBs coming out? Like that's what I'm saying. Like right now, yeah, you could cut them in after the 2022 season and it would be $10 million in dead cap, which is not like catastrophic.
Those are the guys. All right.
But like it's as a Lions organization, you look at how they approached this draft, in which they were like, we're building the trenches. We got Sewell. They built the defensive tackles. Like they're getting those pieces. If they got a premier edge rusher and like kind of, work with DeAndre Swift still, I can see that their identity just turns into a running football team with a good defense. And I mean, let's be honest. They also need receivers. They need a quarterback. Like there's so many things that they need. I don't think getting a quarterback right away makes you an amazing team. And with the doubt that's casted on this QB class, are you drafting for need rather than best player available? And I don't know. I mean, like Packers are always best player available. So
Lions also need receiving weapons too.
Yeah, as I said, they need receivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
either way, they're winners this week, and that's all that matters. Good job, Detroit. You made Tom look like a genius, which he really appreciates. Vikings fans feel just like Broncos fans, I think, this week. Got talent on your team, and you still find ways to lose. Very creative ways to lose.
Yeah, you did.
I'm working on a video recap for the Broncos game called And They Still Lost.
Dude.
Because they did a lot of decent things against the Chiefs from a defensive perspective. Held Patrick Mahomes to his lowest passer rating ever.
Oh. Ran the football well.
Yeah, they ran the football very well.
Time possession.
Over 100 yards by Javonte Williams. 71 yards for Williams after contact, and they still lost the game. Special teams for this team. Atrocious, poorly coached, doesn't change week after week after week. Tom McMahon's units make mistakes, bad mistakes in punt return, in kick return. Everything except Brandon McManus kicking field goals is just unacceptable. I mean, Deontay Spencer. With 16 seconds left in the half, the Broncos get the ball back miraculously. Takes 11 seconds off the clock on a return because he didn't fair catch it. Got like 6 yards maybe on the return. That's just like your special teams coach got to tell you, fair catch this ball to give our offense 2 plays to get into field goal range.
Yeah.
But here's what I was trying to figure out. Teddy Bridgewater. Really bad game.
Didn't have a good game.
Couple interceptions. Dan Sorensen pick six the Broncos, which was just embarrassing. Tipped ball goes to Sorensen. Nobody could tackle Dan Sorensen. All right, but I'm thinking about it. And Teddy, we thought, okay, get a QB who's safe with the football. Maybe that helps his team win. I mean, actually, I said Teddy was a bad signing this offseason because he's going to win you just enough games to screw you in the draft. But general philosophy was he's going to limit mistakes. There's enough talent on this team for the Broncos to succeed. But what I've noticed with Teddy is at the line of scrimmage, what does a good quarterback do, Tom? What does Aaron Rodgers do?
Call out protections, identify blitzes, also be good.
Sure, be good. He finds ways to attack the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Guys like Aaron Rodgers are thinking about how they're going to score. Teddy Bridgewater, I feel like at the line of scrimmage, is trying to mitigate disaster. He is, if he's doing anything, he's getting the offense into plays to just avoid mistakes.
Okay.
And you can't have that. He is not aggressive enough. His deep shots that he did take down the field were bad. The throws weren't good. He wasn't putting receivers in position to make plays. And I feel like the base problem with Teddy Bridgewater is that when he lines up to have the ball snapped, he is not looking for ways to aggressively beat the defense. He is looking for ways to passively not make a giant mistake. And after a certain amount of time, that's going to get you smoked in a game where your defense does everything to give you a chance to win. Everything. I've seen it too many weeks in a row. Too many weeks in a row. Too safe. Pull off the rubber. Give me some screwing that is dirty and filthy and probably going to send you to the doctor's office later because I want to score.
Come on, man. I just want to score. Here's what I'll say. So you're basically saying that he's mitigating risk and basically saying, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, especially when you have a run game that is being successful like he did. I think their play calling gets thrown in there as well because there were some play calls that happened yesterday and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but that's now been a couple times that I've watched the Broncos. And then on top of that, I agree with you that I think that Teddy Bridgewater usually, let me put it this way. Teddy Bridgewater was supposed to be the guy that wasn't going to lose you the game. But when he's making those mistakes and is still playing very passively, you can't have both of those. You either need a QB if he's going to mitigate those risks, not make any mistakes, right? Or very, very few mistakes. And then that's fine because then you can commit to the ground game like a Jimmy Garoppolo game against the Rams, right? Not like what they did yesterday, but a Jimmy G game against the Rams. You hand it off to Elijah Mitchell a gajillion times. You know, you throw when needed on like 3rd and short, and then that's it. That's not happening because he's not only not playing aggressively, on top of that, he's making mistakes that is costing the team. So, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's when the only thing you're doing is trying to mitigate mistakes, it doesn't give your offense momentum. It feels like you're trying not to lose. And let me give you the counter to him. It is one Gardner Minshew, Gardner Minshew, who I would say played a similar game to Teddy Bridgewater. 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, just 240 passing yards. He did finish the week with the 2nd highest passer rating when the Broncos were winning. This is the exact Teddy stat line. Less than 250 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, very high passer rating. Now, if you watch the Eagles game, Minshew, a lot of checkdowns, a lot of easy throws to the backs, to the tight ends, designed short throws that were successful. That's a problem with the Broncos offense. They struggle with short passes to actually move the chains. But he hit Dallas Goedert deep one time on a great pass. He hit him deep on a not so great pass. And he took a deep shot that ended in a pass interference call. So he's calculated with his risks. But Gardner Minshew, attitude, Just the energy he brings to the field. It feels like he wants to be aggressive, but he's not going to jeopardize the team.
Sure.
Okay. And I think that's what we thought we'd get with Teddy. Sometimes you get it, but when the game's not going exactly right, it's like snowballs. It snowballs into too many bad things. And you're right, the play calling, the 3rd and 2, when the Broncos are in the red zone after driving 90 yards down the field, running at will, decide to dial up a pass there. And they're not even a good passing team in the red zone. They suck at it. So I don't know why you don't just keep running there. Run it on back-to-back plays. I don't care. And then they get stopped on 4th down. So a lot. I had to get that all off my chest. I was thinking about it all night while I dreamed. And it's done. The Broncos season is over. They could have won that game. They could have had momentum. The defense showed up. The offense and special teams did not. Outside of Javonte Williams. Dude balled.
Well, I think you're limited now by not only the offensive play calling, but also by your QB play. Like, that's what it comes down to, right? Yeah. Your defense can show up and they can put up a really good performance, but the offense needs to do something, and they're not. So I think the good thing is, like, you identified the problem, and now it's just this offseason you just have to do something about it.
I think George Pate's
yeah. So, I mean, Teddy plays defense while on offense.
Yeah, he's very good at that. It's just like, I've seen enough. Put in Brett Rippon. I think he gives you the most upside at this point.
Gardner Minshew celebrating with his dad was amazing, by the way.
Oh, yeah. He looked like he was going to kick his dad's ass.
I know. I kind of loved it. He was
jacked.
Oh,
can he beat up? Oh,
if I'm the Lions, call the Steelers about Jared Goff. I think it depends on where the Steelers finish. Like, that's going to be a big thing. Like, can they still draft a QB in the spot that they're going to get at? But someone asked me, like, what do you think about the AFC North? Dude, I have no idea. By the way, Kirk Cousins being top 5 and still losing is amazing. Just want to say.
Well, sorry, con man.
I have no idea what's going on with the AFC North. Not a clue.
Oh, nobody does.
Put that in the rundown. What is the AFC North? Because you have 2 games. You have the Chargers and Bengals, in which you had a classic Chargers display on the field. I'm sorry, you're not done talking about the Broncos? We can keep talking about it if you want.
No, I'm just highlighting where Teddy was.
Okay. I'm just highlighting. So,
I like that.
Yeah, Chargers get off to a big lead against the Bengals. Then in the second and third quarter, do everything in their power to choke it away. The Bengals get real close, and then they pull away in the fourth quarter. So the Bengals, who were dominant against the Steelers last week, crushed them. Played a really sloppy game. T. Higgins, by the way, looking good. Continue to look good.
T. Higgins.
Looking real good. And then you flip on over to the Steelers-Ravens game, in which, again, ugly football game, in which I've been saying now, I think I said this last time on the show about the Ravens. I said the Ravens haven't played a good game since October. That's what I said. And people in the chat were like, I don't know. Some people were like, yeah, and some people were nay. And you saw how they have played for a while now, especially on offense, and they are so injured. Like they lost what, Humphrey? They lost him now for the season. Like, I'm not blaming, like, I'm not saying like, haha, you suck. I'm saying that all these injuries, it seems to have finally caught up. And it's just, the wheels are kind of like coming off the wagon a little bit. And there's just so much chaos in the North. Like, I think any one of those teams still can make the playoffs. I think the Browns could get their act together. They could potentially do it if Baker Mayfield like heals up a little bit and they get the run game going again. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson can always pull something out. The Steelers, I have no idea what team they are. And then the Bengals, they seem hot and cold. So I don't know, buddy.
Yeah.
I do not know.
This is another good point. Their offensive line has not been the same.
No.
They've been bad. The blitzes have killed them. I think the Dolphins broke the Ravens when they blitzed them 32 times or whatever. The last 4 games, the Ravens have scored 10 points, 16 points, 16 points, 19 points. Feels like Denver Broncos offensive production to me. And yeah, it's hard to put it all on Lamar Jackson every week. And credit the Ravens though. Lamar leads a game almost tying touchdown, right? They go for 2, so it's not a tying touchdown. And then on the final play, it's kind of this little designed swing pass to Mark Andrews. And it's kind of Lamar needs to just put a little air under that ball to give Andrews a better chance to catch it there. Andrews, who we've seen week after week make these kind of silly one-handed grabs, can't get a one-hander in that situation, and they lose. Otherwise, they would have won, and things would have felt kind of normal in the AFC North. But it is chaos now. The Steelers win. Big Ben announces his retirement to his teammates, allegedly, supposedly,
privately to his former ones, and then I just how like one of them was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm not your friend." So,
yeah. Why are you still calling me Ben?
Why are you calling me?
We all know this. Is Ben the last guy to realize that he's not good?
Guys, I'm thinking about hanging it up. Listen, I don't know why this was a shock. I mean, maybe because I didn't leak it, but all right, I just want to be very honest here. As everyone knows, Big Ben is currently in my yard, and he got back late last night, and he's told me that he's thought about hanging it up after the season. He said he didn't really feel the same after the wild card, was willing to take a pay cut to maybe make one more run at it. But like, I didn't tell anyone because I thought that was the respectful thing to do. Like that wasn't my news to share. So shame on the people who divulged the tree secrets. So
I honestly just want to see Big Ben and Pouncey crying every week after the game. It was my favorite moment of the Steelers last season. Crying in their loss to the Browns. So fitting.
I mean, if there's anyone who's happy yesterday, it's one urinating tree.
Oh, yeah.
Steers got your bow.
I got
By the way, we have over 2,100 people in here. Appreciate you showing up on a Monday.
2,100 on a Monday morning.
Let's get it.
162 likes. Yeah.
So I think, who you looking at the North? Because all the teams, they still have pretty rough schedules.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath.
It really is. And they play each other, and the Packers are playing the Ravens and the Browns. Again, I hope that offense that has been showing up shows up against the Packers. That'd be great. That would be phenomenal. Because I know you and I talked about this last week, and you were like, the defense, right? The defense is keeping them in games and stuff like that. And it's kind of like looking at, okay, but look at the offenses that they're going against, who have been wildly inconsistent. The Steelers put up 3 points against the Bengals last week. But I think the Chargers-Bengals game is also the epitome of the NFL. I had no idea who was going to win that game because both teams are wildly inconsistent. And they showed that yesterday too, because they were like, oh, no, we're going to win. And then there was how many? 8 turnovers?
7 turnovers, I think, in that game. 4 fumbles, 3 picks. One of those interceptions was just the worst interception a receiver has given his quarterback. It was it? Oh, man, Burrow throwing to Jamar Chase, hit him in the hands.
Yeah.
And he's got a step on the defender and he just bobbles it and it falls to the defender.
It goes literally into the hands of the defender.
Burrow broke his pinky, played through that or dislocated it. That's got to affect your throwing. It was just chaos. It was the first quarter belonged to the Chargers. Second quarter belonged to the Bengals. Third quarter, nobody wanted to win. Fourth quarter, the Bengals made all the mistakes. The Chargers capitalized on it, and it looked like a lopsided game that was actually pretty close.
It was close for 3 quarters. Well, it was close for 2. It was close for the middle quarters, and then because the Bengals put up a crap ton of unanswered points, and then it just
Joe Mixon fumbles, and the Chargers scoop and score, and that was basically it. When your best players, your most reliable players make those mistakes, it'll kill you. So Jamar Chase, that pick, that cost him. And then Joe Mixon fumbling away the ball and giving the Chargers a touchdown. It's hard when your stars do that. So
it was interesting because the Bengals are still in it. Don't get me wrong. But the Chargers are another team, like, I have no idea who they are. Like, they are just a wildly... What's going to come down to is there's one of two things that are going to happen. Either there's going to be a team that emerges out of December as a consistent team. I'm looking at, like, the Cardinals. Maybe it's going to be the Packers. Yeah. Like, these teams that, like, the Patriots are in that conversation, depending on what they do tonight, that those teams are going to be like, hey, like, we're just going to lead the way and we're going to, like, be there at the end. Or these playoffs are going to be the most insane thing I have ever seen in my life, in which we have no idea who's going to win. And I kind of love that because, you know, every year you're like, oh, okay, like the 1 and 2 seed are really good. Like, there's likely there are not going to be any upsets or whatever. There'll be like 1 or 2. But this year, seriously, could be complete and total chaos in the postseason.
What if we get a Dolphins-Lions Super Bowl?
I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad. By the way, the fact that the Texans are eliminated from playoff contention before the Lions is absolutely hysterical.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. There you go. Thursday Night Football. Steelers versus Vikings, a team who tied with the Lions and a team that lost to the Lions.
Oh, wow. What a nice observation.
That's amazing. That's
you know what
amazing.
Else is amazing? DraftKings
Sportsbook.
America's top-rated sportsbook app. America's favorite
on Yelp.
Promo code GPS, as voted by Americans. Link in the description to DraftKings. When you sign up, use code GPS, and guess what? They're going to take good care of you.
Aw. They're going to put me in
all the way through your life. Retirement, they got you. They're going to take care of you when you need to go to a nursing home.
Oh.
That's what DraftKings is about. Post-work life success. I'm mixing the message here because they're actually just about sports betting. You got the over, you got the under, you got the money line. Do it at DraftKings with GPS. They're going to match your first-time deposit bonus of up to $1,000. And this week, you can bet $1 on any team to score. Any team to score, which were the Texans the only team that didn't score this week? I don't know why you would bet on the Texans to score points, especially if you're a Texans fan, because you know they're the one team that might drop a goose egg because they've done it multiple times this season. So bet on any team to score outside the Texans, and you could win $100 in free bets with code GPS. Link in the description to navigate you, like GPS, to DraftKings. And they got the fantasy app with millions of prizes there if you don't got the sports betting in your state.
Yeah.
State of the NFL continues to be chaos.
Chaos.
Circle us back around to football talk, baby.
Anarchy. I mean, 49ers lost to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Like,
just when I put them in the power rankings. Like a real sucker.
I did too.
Real sucker. I think the Cardinals are the best team in the NFL right now. The Buccaneers are a close second. And then outside of that, I don't know. Oh, and the Packers. Well, Packers didn't play this week, so I forget about them. But it's kind of crappy if the three best teams are all in the NFC because I'm not sold on the Patriots quite yet. Nope. Tonight's game really is going to mean a lot for, I think, how people look at the NFL with the Pats and Bills. Please, Bills, win that game. Just friggin' win it. But yeah, Patriots, Packers, Cardinals, Buccaneers. That's your top 4 teams right now until the Bills beat the Patriots tonight.
Oh, that's true. Adam says, yeah, the Seahawks got Adrian Peterson. That's why they won.
Yeah, he averaged 1.5 yards per carry.
And that 1.5 got them the win.
Yeah, he did nothing except score that half-yard touchdown for them.
But, like, that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you have those 3 teams in the NFC. And that's why, like, seeding, man, is going to be so important. Like, and people were saying, like, you know, it doesn't really matter, you know, if the Packers, like, lost to, like, the Chiefs and stuff. And I was like, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, but, like, that might come back and bite us. Because if we miss out on the first seed, because I think playing in Lambeau this year is, I don't think the Packers need it because I think the Packers could beat anybody, especially if they're healthy. But man, like Arizona coming to Green Bay is very different than like going to Arizona. And like even the Buccaneers, like Brady threw 3 picks in the NFC Championship game. You know, a couple things go our way. That's a different ball game. So I'm going to be very curious to see how this is going to shape out. But I think like some of those weird like outlier teams in the NFC still could pull off major upsets. Like theoretically, like the Buccaneers could get bounced in the wild card round. Especially like yesterday against the Falcons, that was a close game. Like the score doesn't really reflect it, but that first half was close. Brady throwing pick sixes. Like it wasn't. It was like a close game, and I was like,
if the Buccaneers played a real team yesterday, they probably would have lost. But they played the Falcons, so it was easy. I mean, Brady's first 2 touchdown passes were like 2 and 3 yarders. People forget that, and one was a one-handed touchdown grab by Lenny Fournette. Just boom, one hands it in. The other one, he gives Cameron Brate a chance to throw a jump ball. Short one. Cameron Brate just beats 2 defenders, hauls it in. Like that's what Teddy doesn't do, is just give your guys that you trust a chance to make a play there. And, Brady knows how to do that. And, he made one bad mistake when the defense pick sixed him. But yeah, a lot up for grabs in all the playoffs.
I can't wait for the postseason this year. Like it's gonna be
good thing we get to wait an extra week for it too.
I know. It's just gonna be another week of chaos because we're gonna be like, oh, here are the best teams. Then week 18, there's gonna be upsets galore. That's it. Listen, Patriots Bills tonight. We'll talk about it. That's gonna be crazy. I do want to talk about the coin being defeated.
Oh, the coin is dead.
Because Heineke says, "Screw your coin. I don't want that."
Coin to your witcher.
He said, nay. Washington, look at them on their win streak. We talked about this on Friday of who's going to keep their win streak alive. The Chiefs did. The Washington football team did. The Miami Dolphins did. The 49ers did not.
Boo,
that
49ers.
That fell apart real quick. And we'll see if the Patriots are able to do it tonight. But all I'm going to say is if Washington can just keep winning, and they're like winning by like 2 points against teams that like the Seahawks, like that, I was like, oh, and like Heineke, like literally is like standing on the sideline. And like, I've seen it now twice in a row. And I thought it was photoshopped at one point because it like his celebration was the exact celebration he had last week in like the nail biter against the Seahawks. That man is just like, oh, thank God. Like the amount of relief that comes out of that guy of like, yes, thank God. We did it.
Here's what's really hilarious about Washington moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny is in their hands, Tom. And you hear that a lot, right? That's like an NFL cliche. We control well, all of Washington's games moving forward are against division opponents. You got the Cowboys twice, the Eagles twice, and the Giants. I'm not saying those are wins or easy games, but they could beat the Cowboys twice. Eagles, don't know if they have a way to stop their running attempt, but that is crazy.
Dude, they haven't played the Eagles or the Cowboys yet, and they're just like, crap. Literally in 4 weeks, they're playing both teams twice.
Yeah. And basically, since the Broncos beat Washington, they're undefeated. So you're welcome, Washington. Beat the Buccaneers. That was a big win. Beat the Panthers, not impressed. Beat the Seahawks, not impressed. Beat the Raiders, marginally decent win. But yeah, this is a very... If they go undefeated out of here, they'll be in first place in the NFC East. That would be funny.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh my God. That would bring me such joy.
The only way I won't root for them is if Gardner Minshew continues is playing against them, which I don't think he will be, but you know.
Okay. That's going to be Washington. Look at if Wildflower somehow pulls this son of a gun off. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
How long is McKissick hurt? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I don't know. Real quick, just going through some other games. Yeah, Arizona beat the Bears. If the Bears were like somewhat competent, they could have potentially won. But Andy Dalton threw 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
So
good job, Dalton.
That didn't hear. As an Eagles fan, I'm here for Washington taking the East just for the memes. Yeah, Dalton threw 41 times. David Montgomery carried 21, got 90 yards and a touchdown. David Montgomery also caught 8 balls for 51 yards. David Montgomery was doing everything yesterday. And they still couldn't get it done. Kyler Murray had to throw 15 times, guys. 15 times. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. And also had
great warm-up game. Yeah, great warm-up game for Kyler to ease back into the starting role.
Yep. And then Andy Dalton was just horrific, though. So
yeah.
That was bad. That was very, very, very bad.
Minshew emotes. Here's a little trivia for you, Tom. Who was the most sacked quarterback this weekend?
All right, let me think about this. Herbert got sacked 4 times.
Correct.
Cousins didn't get sacked a whole lot. Goff didn't get sacked a whole lot. I was watching the game. I don't think it was Teddy. I'd probably say Herbert, but I don't know.
Herbert, not even top 3.
Really?
Lamar Jackson sacked 7 times. Joe Burrow sacked 6 times. Matt Ryan, 5. And the Herbert thing's funny because I think that sticks out because he was sacked on back-to-back plays, I believe.
Yeah.
And he was under pressure a lot. But when I was rewatching through just the highlights of that game, I was like, oh, they're getting after Joe Burrow a ton in this game. And so Joe Burrow sacked 6 times. But Lamar Jackson, that kind of got lost, I feel like, in the Steelers-Ravens game.
Definitely.
I think some people are trying to make a J.J. Watt if the Steelers get to the playoffs and Watt finishes as the sack leader, that he should be in the MVP discussion. I believe there's a lot of, Steelers fans.
TJ? Yeah.
TJ, sorry. Did I say JJ?
Yeah.
Why? Dude, I blame their parents for that. Too close of initial names. TJ, JJ, TJ, JJ, and they both are edge rushers. I actually saw JJ Watt tweeting about TJ Watt, and I thought JJ was tweeting about himself for a second, and I was about to correct. I was like, oh, he's talking about his brother. There's too many initials here. Anyway,
I want to give you a few moments, because Tua had himself a nice game yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And I know you've been on the Tua bandwagon for a bit now, saying he's getting too much hate.
Yeah.
Not enough appreciate.
Yeah.
I mean, they played the Giants, but yeah. But it was a close game. It was an ugly game because it kept popping up on Red Zone. I was like, please go away. It's TJ, JJ, and Derek. Yo, their parents legit hate Derek.
Oh, yeah. I've made so many jokes about that. What did they do to poor Derek? Force him to play fullback? Don't give him an initial name?
No.
It's buddy.
You suck, Derek. You suck.
Look, I'm not sold on Tua being this elite player.
No.
But he's a young quarterback, developing, getting better, doesn't make mistakes, basically played the exact same game as Gardner. Gardner Minshew. 244 passing yards for Tua, 242 for Gardner. 2 touchdowns by each QB, 0 picks for each QB. And it's not just me and you hyping up Gardner. A lot of people were talking about how impressed they were with him yesterday. Tua doing the same damn thing. Same damn thing. Nobody wants to talk about it. And again, he's got a lot of room to grow as a quarterback. He needs to become a more, like Teddy, aggressive in the passing game. Show that, because he can throw the deep ball. He just doesn't do it a lot. Let me see him start to light up a couple defenses. Doesn't have to be every week. That's kind of what you're looking to see from Tua. And the Dolphins offensively, didn't Waddle get hurt in that game? He had cramps. He left for a while. But Waddle, Parker, Gesicki, you got some weapons there. As soon as he gets consistent with those guys, could be all right. Now, somebody's saying Tua nearly picked 3 times. Okay, fine. That's Patrick Mahomes every week of his MVP seasons. But, they're winning right now. The Dolphins are winning. They're on a 5-game win streak. So he should get credit for not being a horrible young quarterback like some other QBs right now.
Well, I think it's 2 things. It's one, how, especially with the lead up to the trade deadline with all the Deshaun Watson talk, if you would have thought Tua was like the worst QB on the planet. Like you would think that he played like Zach Wilson did like earlier this year. And I'm like looking at this kid, I'm like, he's not blowing anybody away, but like he's not god awful. Oh, and wait, it's his 2nd season and he hasn't even played a full one yet.
Yeah.
So I just thought that they were jumping the gun. And then 2, and I think what you pointed out is like, hey, Mac Jones is getting a lot of credit for doing some of the things that Tua is doing. And Mac Jones is better in some departments. Like we talked about that last week. But again, like I just think it's the hate that he's getting is way overblown. And I don't think it's really founded in anything.
Yeah. And, if the Dolphins have a glaring weakness, it's their offensive line.
Yeah.
Like that makes it rough for a young quarterback. So, a little bit of a couple player personnel improvements for Miami, they'll be all right. And if they are actually interested in Deshaun Watson, there should be a handful of teams heavily interested in giving up a draft pick or 2 for Tua.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean, would you get him?
I would take him. And I say that fully aware that like right now, what he's doing is kind of what I'm complaining about with Teddy. The difference between the Broncos and other teams that have safe QB play is their short passing game just works much better. Yeah. So like the Eagles yesterday, their short passing game turned into a lot of positive first downs.
Sure.
Tua and the Dolphins are feasting off of a short passing game right now. So, I get that there might be some irony in me saying I would take Tua in place of Teddy, but I think we kind of know what Teddy's ceiling is, and we don't know what Tua's ceiling is. So,
well, I think also if Noah Fant, who was drafted to play very well, is the threat that like Gesicki is right now, I think maybe like the short game works a little bit more because like you look at what the Eagles, like Sanders had like over 100 yards, like he crushed it yesterday. But I think it's just you have so many weapons like Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, who are also like deep threats too. Teddy's not getting that ball there though, because if he's not like they're basically being wasted. Like you could give him all the contract extensions you want, but if he's not going to push the ball down the field, then they're just glorified like go route guys. Like, you know what I mean? They're basically are Mike Wallace, but they have more talent. I think it's just a matter of they're not being utilized and you need to find a QB. Like, I know you're going to hate this reference, but like if you put Tom Brady back there, like on the Denver Broncos right now, I think he's lighting it up with the weapons they have.
Oh yeah. No, he definitely would be. I think Russell Wilson would actually be a great fit there.
Yeah.
Like Wilson, even when it bites him in the ass, he'll keep throwing the ball downfield. And I think that's just what the Broncos receiving core needs. Otherwise, they need a better game plan and to be coached to be better short yardage receivers that turn up the yak. Turn up the yak. A hit song by DJ Perna. Turn up the yak, kids. Ooh, ooh. Turn up the yak, kids. I wear a beanie. I'm a DJ.
And you drink your coffee.
I drink my coffee. I drink it up.
I drink your milkshake.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
All right, finally. Monday Night Football. Patriots, Bills. Who you got, buddy? Not who do you want. Who do you got?
I got the Bills in an upset.
All right. Why? Tell me why.
Because I need somebody
I need something to hold on
to win, Tom. I need somebody I believe in to win. People in Buffalo are saying, this game is in Buffalo, right?
It is. That's huge, by the way. I think that's a big advantage for Buffalo.
Yeah. Mac Jones going to be tested. People are saying the winds are gusty in Buffalo.
Oh, it's supposed to be crappy weather, I think.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen that hurt the Bills this season. The Colts game got away from them. Kind of had some weather issues there. But let's see how Mac Jones holds up in some really shitty weather. I need Buffalo to do something they haven't done often this season. And they need to control the line of scrimmage with their offensive line. That's their weakness. Inconsistency there. Give Josh Allen some time. Give him a chance. Buffalo, can they run the ball? I don't know. I think they can do the short passes as runs and maybe take advantage of It's so hard because New England's defense so well coached. They don't make a lot of mistakes. J.C. Jackson, like a magnet.
I think if Buffalo wins, they have to run the ball. I think that's the only way that they're going to win this game because I think it's going to be tough for Josh Allen. I think that they're really going to like cover the pass and be like, "Hey, run it. See if you can."
Yeah, we know what the Patriots are going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to take away what the Bills do well, and honestly, they haven't done it well consistently this season. And that's throw the ball. They will take away the passing game, and they will force you to try and beat them with the run game. Could be a big night for Matt Breida. Could be a big night for him. But we'll see. I don't know. I mean, my gut says that the Patriots are going to win this one. But I'm going to tell my gut to shut up.
This is like, I feel like the environment and ambiance is going to be like a playoff game in Buffalo tonight.
Oh,
and it's going to be the same when it's in New England in a couple of weeks. Like this is going to be insane.
The Bills, they could end up having to play the Patriots like in the playoffs after playing them twice late in the season.
Oh crap, Perna, we're going to get canceled.
Why?
Apparently the Rapture's coming.
Oh my God.
Like we're signed through DraftKings, till March? Man, that's not going to be.
Dang it. How am I going to get my DraftKings money if Jesus comes back to earth to kill us?
I mean, that's the thing too. They pay really late too. Like, damn. All right. Well, at least I have something to look forward to.
Oh, wow.
Honestly,
when you first said that, Tom, I thought I said something really bad that I forgot in this episode.
Like,
what did I say?
I'm going to be pissed. Listen, I want to put this out there. I'm going to be pissed if the Packers win the NFC Championship game and then the Rapture happens. I'm going to be like, come on! Like, that
would be bad.
That's...
Why is Jesus coming back to kill us all?
It's just unfortunate. But all right, well, I guess, folks, you heard it there. The entertainment's going to soon come to an end, so make sure you tune into GPS every Monday, Wednesday, Friday to absorb all of the entertainment that we can. So
take in the entertainment. Bills, Buffalo all the way this time. Buffalo all the way this time. I say the Bills
you might win. I think
by
you win.
4 points. 4-point Billy win. It's going to be a disgusting game. It's probably going to be ugly. It's probably going to be low scoring, like a 17-13 win. There it is. Yeah. Bills win 17-13.
It's going to be a game. I'll stream that game tonight. I don't know if the West video is going to come out because I'm streaming tonight because I'm actually really excited about this game. Like, I think it's going to be just a fun football game. So
a win here really, I think, shifts Buffalo in the right direction. Because I'm not sold on the Bills. I want to be sold.
I'm not either.
I want to be so sold. sell my soul for the Bills.
Yeah.
The Broncos suck.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
I hate my football team right now. I hate how much I love them, even when they let me down. This is a bad relationship I'm in with my football team right now. I keep giving. I keep showing up. They say they're not going to hurt me again, and then they do.
I'm just going to say this. When the Packers go to the playoffs, are you going to be a really big Packers fan?
I'm going to be a how do we get Aaron Rodgers to the Broncos fan?
They win a Super Bowl, that's how.
Packers against the Bucks, huge Packers fan. Packers against the Cardinals. I don't know who. I don't know. I like the Cardinals. I like the underdog story, Tom.
He's listening right now.
Story.
Aaron
Packers against who else could be there in the NFC?
The Cowboys.
Packers against the Cowboys. Huge Packers fan. Huge. Packers against Taylor Heineke. Ooh, my XFL love affair. I don't know. I'll be rooting as long as the Buccaneers are in the playoffs. I will be rooting for the Packers in hopes they can redeem themselves and beat Tampa Bay.
What about the Rams, Perna?
Oh, I'm not going to stand in the way of Matty Stafford getting to the Super Bowl. I got a lot to root. I got a lot of interesting things to root for.
It's true.
I need Von Miller too. I mean, Von Miller. He
already got one. He got one already. Okay. You know who didn't? Randall Cobb, who's like the nicest human being ever. He didn't get one. Okay. He deserves it. Matt LaFleur, sexiest head coach in the NFL, and that's scientifically and mathematically proven. He doesn't have one.
Don't play the Rams. Don't play the Cardinals. Figure out how to get to the Super Bowl, Green Bay.
Okay. Stafford doesn't need a ring. He doesn't need one. He has a great wife. He's got a great wife. They seem like they have a very good relationship. So, you know, he's content. Aaron Rodgers is engaged, but he doesn't have a ring. So,
do you think the football world is rooting for a Buccaneers Patriots Super Bowl? Do you think that's what most people want to see?
My dad said that to me the other day. He's like, man, that'd be a crazy Super Bowl, huh? I'm like, no, it wouldn't. Do you know how many Adele songs there would be, Perna? It would be the worst.
I don't want to see it.
Horrific. Please no. Please, God, no. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the Buccaneers and Patriots Super Bowl would probably be in like my nightmare. The only thing that could make it worse is like if it's Vikings Seahawks NFC Championship game, and then on top of that, like the Vikings win, they go to the Super Bowl. I don't even know. I would cheer for anyone in the AFC. If Tom Brady went back to the Patriots, I would still cheer for Tom Brady and the Patriots to beat the Vikings in the Super Bowl. So Antonio Brown getting a second ring would be bad. Devontae Adams needs a ring. It's The Last Dance, buddy. The documentary, it's there. The ending just has to be written. But right now, this show is ending because of the rapture.
Yep. It's coming.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Perna, you got some videos coming out today?
Oh, yeah. I got the best and worst. And then, if I can muster the courage, my Broncos recap. Might be up tomorrow. Don't know. We'll see how today goes.
Yeah. Okay.
You, Tom?
We're trying to get the West
stream tonight.
We're trying to get the West done. I'll definitely be streaming tonight because if I don't get the West done today, that means I'm doing rankings and the West tomorrow and potentially Benkert. I have to reach out to him. So I'd rather not do all those things tomorrow. But
yeah,
folks, I'll see you tonight for the stream and it's going to get rowdy. It's going to be fun. So just saying. Listen, we'll navigate you through the rapture. I want John to like go through and now edit like comets falling and like breaking up the road and the car is just swerving and is like avoiding it because we're not only navigating you through football, we're navigating you through the rapture.
Yeah.
Until the end of time. So
yes.
But ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and you've been navigated
to your destination.